Hello and welcome to the Southern View. I'm Veera Raghav, and the special focus this evening on the political face-off in Telangana is the BRS putting Revanth Reddy on the defensive. We'll have a special panel on that. We'll also have a special focus on Ravichandran Ashwin, the offie from Chennai, who's called it a day in international cricket. But first, let's take you through the headlines we're tracking this hour. Home Minister Amit Shah hits back at the opposition on the Ambedkar controversy, accuses the opposition of twisting his words, rejects the demands for his resignation. 1 person dead and 20 people rescued so far as a ferry capsizes near the gateway of India. Rescue efforts are still on as 5 people are missing. A freak accident at the Chennai port. A cab falls into the sea while reversing at a warp. 2 Coast Guard personnel survived the fall, but unfortunately the driver is reported dead in the accident. First up this evening, that heated political exchange in the state of Telangana between the Bharatiya Rashtriya Samiti and the ruling Congress party. The latest flashpoint is over the Musi River front project and the Formula E controversy as well. The BRS launched an offensive against the Congress, accusing the ruling party of misleading the state legislature over the detailed project report or DPR for the 50,000 crore riverfront project. The BRS will now move a privilege motion in the state assembly. The project that aims to make the Musi River cleaner and develop the riverfront on the lines of the Sabarmati riverfront in Ahmedabad has been spearheaded by the Chief Minister Revanth Reddy to change the face of Hyderabad. Meanwhile, BRS leader K.T. Ramarao has also challenged the government to a discussion on the Formula E controversy, where the state cabinet had cleared the decks for the Anti-Corruption Bureau to file a case against K.T. Ramarao. So, the political heat rising in Telangana, clearly a special panel up ahead. But first, the big political reactions from Hyderabad.
BRS leader K. Kavita has put forth certain documents suggesting that there are irregularities in what the government is proposing on the Musi development plan. What is your allegation?
Ma'am, this government, Congress government in Telangana has been constantly lying to the people of Telangana. Then again, they started doing the same thing in the assembly as well. In assembly, when we asked what is the plan for the Musi River development, they said we don't have a detailed project report. Whereas we found certain incriminating evidence which suggests that they have submitted it to the World Bank in September, stating that a detailed project report is available. But however, again in October, they floated new tenders to finalize the DPR. So there is a lot of anomaly in what government says, and the hypocrisy around it and the secrecy surrounding the whole project is leading us to believe that it is nothing but a real estate project. Under the garb of, cleaning up River Musi, they are trying to evacuate the poor people from River Musi without giving any compensation. You've seen the destruction that they have created in Hyderabad.
I have with me Senior Minister Mr. Poonam Prabhakar. The BRS is now saying that एक privilege motion move करेंगे, आप mislead कर रहे हैं, ये कह रहे हैं कि DPR नहीं है, हाउस में कह रहे हैं, लेकिन बाहर आप वर्ल्ड बैंक को DPR दिखा के आपने 4,100 करोड़ मांगा और किशन रेड्डी जी जो केंद्रीय मंत्री हैं उनसे आपने 14,000 करोड़ मांगा.
नहीं, हमने इनिशियली उससे मदद मांगे है, कहीं DPR बना बोल के हमने ऑफिशियली कहीं नहीं बोले. इसके जस्ट अंदाज़ा ऐसा उसको बताने की जो होने वाला काम के लिए आपका मदद चाहिए ऐसा बोले हम मूसी रिजर्वेशन के लिए हमने सीएल भी जाके आए. तो इसको पहले से भी पॉलिटिकल कंट्रोवर्सी करने के कोशिश में ये लोग रहे. पहले ये लोग तो हमारा पार्टी से निकल गए, एमएलए को मूसी रिवर बोर्ड का चेयरमैन बनाए और मूसी ये लोग बात कहते गए 10 सालों से. हम उसमें अमल करने की जब कोशिश लगे, नाम आता है बोल के ये लोगों को पॉलिटिकल कंट्रोवर्सी करने का शौक लगे हुए. लगाने दीजिए, जो भी असेंबली प्रोसीडिंग्स में लगाना है तो हम जवाब देंगे. हम ऑन रिकॉर्ड कहीं भी आज तक मूसी में कोई कुछ काम नहीं किया. थोड़ा घर जो उनका सम्मति से हमने वेकेट किया, उनका ऑलरेडी अकोमोडेशन किया है.
So the political heat rising. Has the BRS regrouped itself, and is the Revanth Reddy government on the defensive on this issue? Joining me this evening, a special panel with Uma Sudhir, who has spoken to both sides of the Telangana political divide there. Also with us, Krishank Mane of the Bharatiya Rashtriya Samiti, as well as Syed Asad Abbas, political analyst, who has taken a pro-Congress position on it. My first question to you, Syed Asad Abbas. Has the BRS regrouped itself and put the Revanth Reddy government on the defensive on the Musi Riverfront project issue?
The fact is, Veera Raghav Saab, KTR, Honorable Sir KTR believes attack is the best form of defense. Once the Anti-Corruption Bureau filed a case against him, a 55 crore case, which was led to the embezzlement of the Formula E race conducted in Hyderabad, he got nervous, he got jittery, he had to send Kalvakuntla Kavita ji in response to this. The fact that my dear friend Krishank Mane, can he agree and witness to the fact that it was Shri Honorable former Chief Minister of Telangana, K. Chandrasekhar Rao ji's dream for the River Musi project? Many occasions, if you go back to the YouTube, my friend, you will see him speaking about how well he wants to beautify the same river. Not just him. Go back in time of Y.S. Rajshekhar Reddy ji. Every chief minister who's come in has spoken about taking out the poison of this river, beautifying this river, evacuating them. But what does the BRS do? The fact they want to play politics over this. Why? All the evacuees from there, they are aiming at the Greater Hyderabad Municipal Corporation elections. They want to give a political twist. That is why Revanth Reddy came in and said, why don't you come, join us, give your party fund of 100 crore for this project of 500 crore. Come, let us take an all-party delegation, meet Pradhan Mantri Modi ji and ask for another 5,000 crore. The fact is, why do you play politics when it comes to the betterment of Telangana state? BRS needs to understand petty politics is not going to help. Come together as one party of the state for the betterment of the people. Because mere bickering over politics, mere showcasing the facts, it's not going to help. And KTRG is more than welcome to come to the assembly and face the government in power today.
Krishank Mane, your response before I get Uma Sudhir. Why are you playing politics is what Syed Asad Abbas is asking.
Veera, when the magnum, the whole huge project which Revanth Reddy has taken after coming into power is, I'll correct you, Veera, it's not 50,000 crore. Revanth Reddy himself has said that it's a 1,50,000 crore project. When it's a 1,50,000 crore project, as opposition party, we just asked them, where is your detailed project report? They answered they do not have a DPR. Without having a DPR, I'm glad NDTV is showing the visuals of demolition of houses. Can you believe it, Veera? Without even having a DPR, without knowing what you're going to do, you say it is 1,50,000 crore, you demolish poor people's houses, and you go to the World Bank, ask for 4,100 crore, you go to the government of India, asking 14,000 crore. Our straight question was, and you go to Korea, you go to Dubai, you go to London, you visit there, and you know what is bizarre? You give contract to a company, Mainheart, such a company which is having an Interpol case from Pakistan for a 3,000 crore money laundering scam, which has been blacklisted by the Airport Authority of India, which has been questioned by the Jharkhand government, none other than India alliance partner Hemanta Soren himself. So many ambiguous questions. And now when we are questioning this, they have come up with this so-called Formula E against KTR. Yes, KTR has been questioning about this whole Musi demolitions. Our concern is, why did you demolish the houses of the poor people? This was the voice raised by KTR. And what are you doing? You have sought a permission from the governor without a DPR. Yes. And Veeraji, they have gone to Honorable Governor. We find it strange.
Let Syed answer and get Uma into the conversation.
I'll just like when Amit Shah ji was praising about Formula Sports in Kashmir yesterday in the parliament. Here we see that for bringing an international sporting event to Hyderabad, which gave an economy of 700 crore boost.
Syed, a very quick response from you before I get to Uma to get the facts right.
Thank you.
Very quick response.
Veera, my dear friend Krishank Mane has raised question on this company, the Mainheart Singapore company, the firm. Respected sir, are you even aware that Mainheart Singaporean-based firm has a very large stake of interest in the Statue of Unity? Do you know that they are the principal architects of the same? Respected sir, when there is a business enterprise which is a multinational company and a conglomerate, there could be any of these allegations. But they remain only allegations. So it's absolutely wrong for you to...
The core question here is about the DPR. Uma Sudhir, step in here The core question here, as far as the Musi project is concerned, is about the DPR. On one day, the government says that there is no DPR in the assembly. On the other day, it says it has submitted a DPR because it's seeking a loan from the World Bank. Is that the bottom line?
So Mr. Abbas is right that successive governments from the YSR government to KCR's government and now Revanth Reddy government certainly have been speaking about cleaning up the Musi, beautifying the riverfront and creating economic activity around it, so that becomes in fact a live river, something that can give a facelift to Hyderabad itself. So to that extent, no objections at all. It is a fact that the government has also said on record that they do not have a detailed project report. The evidence that has been presented by BRS leader Kavita ji today is saying that how can you ask for loan when you don't have a DPR yet ready, and in those documents you seem to suggest that there is a DPR. But when I spoke to the ministers here, and even Mr. Sridhar Babu has said in the assembly that there is no DPR that is ready in this particular project. Yes, municipal elections are coming up, so the encroachers who are being evacuated, that could become a politically sensitive issue, and BRS is rightly so taking up, they are a political party, so they are taking up the issue of people being removed from that. But the government on its side has in fact made arrangements for 2 BHK houses which were incidentally built by the BRS government, and those houses are now being used for relocating these evacuees, and therefore they are hoping that political damage or bad feelings on that front will not exist. You would recall, Veera, that in the Hyderabad region, the BRS has done very well. Congress has not been very good in the urban fronts, and will this add to their, the kind of image that they have within the city? That is something that BRS will be hoping to capitalize on, and if they are able to show that the Congress is not doing well here in a municipal election, that will certainly work well for them. But having said that, I must point out that the BRS is certainly getting its act together. Their numbers may be very reduced, but their communication, their way of doing social media has been much stronger than the Congress, and that's the reason why they are able to resonate much better, I would think, with the people of the state and put across their issues much more strongly, because they are doing that act much better. Their performance on that front is much better than the Congress itself. Back to you.
You're making a very, very important point, Uma, and that's my last question to both the panelists. First to Syed first, that has the BRS, after the results of the Telangana Assembly election and the crushing defeat, now regrouped itself and taking the offensive to Revanth Reddy? You have 30 seconds, respond to that question.
Veera Sahab, I honestly believe after the debacle they had in the last assembly elections in the 2023 year, they have really a long way to go. Coming to the greater municipal, the corporation assembly elections that are coming, they could have the evacuees at their side. But at the what cost? As a matter of fact, Revanth Reddy ji said, I know this is politically unwise for me to make this move, but for the larger good of the people, for the dream of Rajshekar Reddy ji to come true, for the dream of KCR ji to come true, and him as a responsible chief minister, no matter what, he will make this dream come true. And the question about DPR, detailed project report,
very quickly.
he's taking this project to World Bank. They will not approve a loan without having a DPR. He's taking this project to the Davos economy.
Then why not put it in front of the assembly? Go ahead, Krishank.
Absolutely.
Then why not put it in front of the assembly? Go ahead, Krishank, with your point on this.
Veera, they do not want to discuss this thing in assembly. In fact, we've challenged them today openly. We've written an open letter. We've in fact sought the speaker also to come debate about the Formula E in the assembly, but they are running away from it. They do not have a DPR and they want to go with it. Our concern is not politics. Be it, Rahul Gandhi speaks about bulldozer as hate, but today, on the name of Hydra, on the name of Musi, they are using the same bulldozer here. You want to silence KTR by putting in jail, but we continue to stand with the same people who are losing their houses.
Do you want KCRG's dream to come true? Yes or no, Krishank Saab?
KCRG himself
we will have
one last word, Veera. I must say that the BRS has been able to successfully take the fight into the enemy camp, and that is to their political acumen and their organization skills within the state.
Okay. All right. We'll have to wrap this here, but there's also a question of whether a project that's important which had the support of both sides, is getting stuck in a technicality? Is it pure politics that's playing over it? We'll keep focus on the twists and turns of Telangana politics. Thanks to all my panelists for joining us this evening.